From what I hear, is a dispute or a disagreement between the trainer and the jockey. Trainer thinks the Gold Cup horse, jockey believes it's the Ryanair horse. I think ultimately, with the owner owning Saturday Champ as well, will go for this Ryanair, for which it's 9-2, with Q Card 4-1 favourite.
Yeah, I think that he'll go with this lad here because he has Saturday Champs in the Gold Cup, and definitely I know that Mouse wants him to go for the Gold Cup. David Russell wants him to go here because if you don't go here, he can't ride him in the Gold Cup. He'd have to ride Saturday Champs, and I think First Lieutenant will beat Saturday Champs. So I'd say he'd probably go here, and he'll take all the beating. Q Car, he's a good horse. You'd just be afraid of his jumping a small bit. Besides, you were born running at Riverside Theatre. If First Lieutenant goes here, he has a serious chance. The horse he'll have to beat is Q Car. And I think the way that Q Car can train and not miss another one, that he definitely have a serious chance.
I've no doubt. I'm sure he's probably more so than any other man would love to be giving himself his own prize money. So he would. So I'd say he'd be fairly keen on keeping it. He seems to be fairly keen on getting the money off everyone else. So I would think if First Lieutenant runs in this, he's got very solid form, and he is the horse to beat. As Shark says, Q Card has got a few little flaws in his jumping and things like that. I think he's the best of the English horses. I think he's got the best form. Riverside Theatre has ran a couple of times and ran pretty moderately this year. Champion Court's form's not really good enough. McNamara actually would have a chance. Albertus Run has won it a couple of times and been second last year. Might have an each way chance. And the rest of them down the bottom. I've no doubt. I think First Lieutenant is the horse to beat, because he's probably got the most solid form this year and is probably the most reliable. And if the two of them line up, it'll be between him and Q Card. It's not very original because the first two in the betting, but their form's a lot better than all the other horses in the race.
Andrew, what do you reckon? You didn't agree with the original statements?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the whole First Lieutenant definitely going for this. Obviously, Davy Russell is mad for him to go on this race. I'd say he's pulling his hair out, thinking of every excuse he possibly can to convince the O'Learys to send him, to put him here in the Ryanair. But Davy Russell's gotten First Lieutenant wrong just about every time. Every time he's ridden him, nearly he's been beaten by another Jigginstown horse. And every time he got off him, he's come and beaten him. So he'll be mad for him to go for this. Mouse Morris is Gold Cup, Gold Cup, Gold Cup, Gold Cup with everything. And the O'Learys, I'm not so sure they want to win their own money, as Tony says. Like, they buy every horse, as Tony says, people would, with the Gold Cup in mind. And they are absolutely mad to win the Gold Cup as well. So, Sir Deschamps is no good thing for the Gold Cup. You're better off having two bullets for it. So I think he could easily go that way, and he'll definitely get the trip in the Gold Cup. If he does go there, I'd agree with the lads. Q Card is a bit of an iffy jumper, but he's not pretty looking, he's not pretty to jump, but he does get the job done. And another one I give a mention to, but probably will go for the Gold Cup as well, is Mouse's other horse. And I think Mouse is definitely getting this one wrong. China Rock has gone to the Gold Cup twice, travelled down the hill great, looked as if he had every chance, blew up and not gotten home. He definitely doesn't get the trip in the Gold Cup, but he travels great. He's won 3 miles around Punchestown, which is not as tough a track, and I think China Rock at 20-1. If First Lieutenant did get to go for the Gold Cup, maybe Mouse might change his mind and send China Rock here. If he does, I think he's a massive price at 20-1.
Danny, your views on this one?
Yeah, I think First Lieutenant's form is a lot better than Q Card's. Like, his English Hennessy, his Irish Hennessy, and the Irish Lexus ties in with the big two in the Gold Cup. I'm not a major fan of Q Card. Well, he's a very good horse and seems to get the job done. But I think if First Lieutenant lines up, he'll take all the beating. As a jockey, like in Davy, I'd love to see him and say going for the Ryanair. But if I was Michael O'Leary, I'd be taking my 2 chances at the Gold Cup. I'd have to agree with Andrew there. The Gold Cup is the one everybody wants to win. So I think First Lieutenant will win if he lines up here, but I wouldn't be so sure if he will.